Building a covered entrance for the basement. So the basement door is right over there, and the house slopes this direction, so when it rains, which it does a lot of here, the water just runs off of that, and it's about 2 foot out from the wall of the house, so it comes down and splashes up on those basement doors, gets them all wet. And then when you're going in or out, it gets you pretty wet going underneath that little curtain of water, let alone what the normal rain would get you. So we put some sills, headers up there. They're attached to the sills of the house, and they're 4 by 8, and that's 17 foot long from one end to the other. So and they're attached right to the sill plates of the house. And then out here is uprights are 6 by 6s, and they're sitting on concrete pads, 2 of them, 2 6 by 6 uprights. And then we have a 6 by 8 for a timber beam across the top. And I had some of these galvanized steel angle plates that we salvaged from the someplace, I don't know. Anyway, I drilled those out and we bolted those in. The bolts on that are some that we got out of a washing machine that held the drum together on the washing machine that we took apart. Okay, this is a jig I built for building the rafters or the trusses. And basically it's not much for a jig, it's just two 2x4s nailed onto this trailer. We got one 2x4 running that way and one running this way. And what I did was measured 8 feet from this edge right here where the two 2x4s join. Measured 8 feet along that 2x4 and made a mark there, or I put a nail in there actually so I could hook the tape onto it. And then I went up 6 feet up on the inside of this 2x4 and made a mark on that, and then took the tape. Well, actually, I measured 6 foot up there, and then I took a tape measure and run diagonally between that nail. Now that board I had nailed down all the way solid to the table. This one I just nailed down here on a pivot point, and then I measured 6 feet up on that, and then took a tape measure from the 8 foot point down there and measured 10 feet up here, and where the 10 foot line intersected with the 6 foot line, that was square, and then I nailed that down. So that gave me a square to work with. And I put another 2x4 in here just to give me space there, because the rafter tails wouldn't clear that tire down there. So that 2x4 there is just a spacer. And then we got these 2x4s here that were cut to the length of the distance from the wall of the house, from the basement wall of the house to the outside edge of those 6x6s, the uprights. That should be that length. And then this 2x4, the short upright one there, that was calculated to give me 2 or 3 inches of space below the top of the bottom of the windows that are in the house there, with that 2x6 stacked up on it. They got everything laid out here now to build my trusses. I've got the rafter there, which is a 2x6. It's spruce, and we cut those about 3 weeks ago or so, and then we stacked them up in the hangar where they could dry out real well. 2x4 came off the same log, and that's the stretcher. And then the upright is what came off the stretcher when we cut that off to length. So there's stretchers. I got the rest of them still in the hangar. Then I've got gussets. These are cut out of some scrap 3/8 inch plywood. Glue that up on the 2x with just liquid nails, construction adhesive. And then there's the roofing nailer, and I've got a box of collated 7/8 inch roofing nails, which is plenty long enough for these. And we'll just put those gussets on, glue them down real good, put them on and nail them down. There's one truss halfway made. Now we'll flip it over and nail the gussets down on the other side, nail and glue. So we got 9 trusses put together. We brought them out here. We stacked them up over here on the sawmill, and it's a nice day today, so I think we'll go put them up and get those up on the framework. Got the trusses up. They're all ready to go. They're put on with a combination of different types of Simpson strong ties. Got rafter ties there on the ends, and then some different type there. Some angle brackets used to tie the end of the building and into that timber. Okay, not as much of a roof slope as what I would have liked, but we couldn't really go any higher because of the windows there where they're at. So that'll work, but that'll keep the rain and stuff off from the doors in the basement. The covered entry to the for the basement there is all sheeted and tar papered. We put new tie back up on the house. Now I need to go pull out enough tin out of my tin stash, my steel roofing stash, to cover that over. Carl helped me with that. He did most of the work this morning. I dug out the boards and got them up there on the roof, and he helped spread them out and nailed them down. And we put the tar paper down. It's all covered up. Stiffened that up pretty good having the boards up there. These are flitches. These are the offcuts from the logs when I mill them before I get down to cants to make boards out of. And so most of them have wane on both sides of them, and they're various widths ranging anywhere from 8-10 inches wide to 14-15 inches wide, but they work just fine. We thought about getting a radial arm saw out and trimming them up and truing them up, but these are pretty good. Well, the last board we had to cut a little bit to fit it in there, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boards covering 11.5 feet. Well, the girls drug down some, got it all cleaned up as best they could, pressure washer, and got all the crap off of it. So I cut those panels to 11 feet and 5 inches and stuck them up there yesterday. I put the final piece up just a few minutes ago, and it's some crusty looking old tin. It was salvaged off someplace, or building that was tore down or something, but anyway, it'll work for what we need there. So we need to get some flashing up along the wall there to protect the wall from the black backsplash from going down underneath the tin on the back side there on the upper hill side, but otherwise it's on. I got it screwed down pretty good, and so that should help pretty much finish that up now.